of WDBM, 780 on the M band, or 105.9 FM on the FM band. Chicago's all-news station, with now coverage on the state of Louisiana, which the Horrorlings that have arrived 3 days ago have fully gotten their might. The Louisiana National Guard along with the Texas National Guard have tried to fight off these invaders, but failed as a result. The governor of Louisiana stated that the state is currently under lockdown, and no one is allowed to get in or out of the state due to this tragic event. This also includes ships that want to arrive in the coastal areas of the state. The ships are currently advised to enter via the west coast or from Canada of these areas have not been affected yet. In other news, the east coast of the United States has been affected with bombings of all major cities along the northern Atlantic.
This message is applied to the following counties in Texas, from north to south: Cass County, Marion County, Harrison County, Panola County, Shelby County, Sabine County, San Augustine County, Newton County, Jasper County, Orange County and Jefferson County. This message is transmitted at the request of the Texas State National Guard. It has been confirmed that an invasion of the Horrorlings is now in progress and they are now invading the state of Texas. All residents within the mentioned counties shall seek out a firearm to protect yourself and your beloved from these creatures. It is unknown at this time if these creatures have extraterrestrial powers, but as of now these creatures don't have them. Stay tuned to local media outlets for more information as it becomes available.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Arkansas State Emergency Management. It has been confirmed that an invasion is taking place in the following counties, in Arkansas: Ashley, Kicott, Columbia, Lafayette, Miller, and Union. All residents in these counties need to seek out a firearm to defend yourself from these creatures. They are extremely dangerous and should not be approached by any means. Shoot at a safe distance so they cannot harm you. Stay tuned to local media outlets for more updates as they become available.
As you may have just heard, a civil warning is in effect for Ashley, Kicott, Columbia, Lafayette, Miller, and Union. The Horrorlings are currently invading these counties and are trying to gain more ground. The Arkansas National Guard is being deployed to assist the ones in need. If you need help or have an emergency, call 911 immediately. We'll be going over to our live reporter, Alex Gilvery. Alex, what can you see from there?
Well, Chuck, I can see people trying to fight off these creatures, but they are not gaining any ground so far. In fact, they are losing ground to these creatures. Wait a minute, Chuck, did I just witness that? Look, a person shot one of these creatures right through the head but with no success. It didn't even flinch. What the hell? Does this mean they're immortal to any weapons? I can't believe it. I don't want to believe it. Chuck, I'll be seeking shelter right now, as a new wave of these are coming closer to the state.
Care to explain who you are, and what you know about these creatures? And what should that be? What is this? Some kind of orange liquid? Paint? Inc. Okay, we might have some kind of machine that can duplicate this, but I'm not sure if this is standing at this location.
Can I have the attention, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you. Welcome to this meeting presented by the President of the United States. He wanted to gather around with every governor of each state, considering we have a bad situation going on here. From numerous reports, the Horrorlings that are trying to invade this country are now confirmed to be immortal. This sounds shocking, but we haven't tried everything yet. I think the best option is to bomb Louisiana.
Oh hell no.
I can understand you, Mr. President, but if we want to defeat them we have to take measures as fast as possible. Alright, Mr. President, the mic is for you.
Thank you. As you have heard, we have to take measures should we defeat these invaders. Now, I as President will request the following actions. I want the United States Navy to defend the East Coast, from Pennsylvania to Florida. I want every military base in the Eastern, Mountain, and Central time zones to be on full alert during this event. I also want every single news channel and radio station to go into emergency programming. And last up, I want a state of martial law for the state of Texas, starting at 10 p.m. and ending at 10 a.m., this will be put into effect from this night until at least next week. This is to make sure that the residents stay safe.
This is KPFA, vigilant as always. Emergency broadcasting is now in effect at the request of the United States government. This is due to the recent events spreading from Texas all the way into New York and Pennsylvania. We are now receiving emergency information from the Governor of California. Please stand by as this message is being broadcasted.
As this situation unfolds, we can assure you that the California State National Guard is standing on high alert. If you have any sightings of these creatures, call 911 immediately from a safe distance and do not try to approach or apprehend them yourselves, as these Horrorlings are confirmed to be unharmful to bullets from many firearms. Do not panic in this situation, as there are no sightings of them yet, but it could change within the next few days, as these creatures already tried to spread into the state of Texas, but failed as a result of
This is an administrative message from the California State Police Department. The threat of a possible invasion from the Horrorlings has risen since the last few hours. At this time, citizens are advised to prepare for a possible invasion. As firearms are unharmful to these creatures, use a melee weapon such as a knife, axe, hatchet or sword to defend yourselves. Stay tuned to local media outlets for additional information.
The California State Police Department is now urging residents to prepare for a possible invasion of the Horrorlings, which could happen in the next few days, although it is highly unlikely due to their recent failed attack around the eastern Texas border. However, we've got some chilling news to give. It has just been confirmed that the Horrorlings have broken through the defenses of the state of Arkansas, and now the states of Oklahoma, Missouri, Tennessee and Mississippi are now being put under high alert. The Texas State National Guard will assist any state in need from now, as they have confirmed on their Twitter page just 2 minutes ago. We now go over watches and warnings for the San Francisco area. Administrative message in effect until further notice. Severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 3 p.m., issued by National Weather Service Station KHB 49 in San Francisco. With now we have an urgent message from the United States government. Please stand by for this broadcast.
The civil authorities have issued a civil emergency message for all of the United States, beginning at 2:03 p.m. and ending at 6:03 p.m. KPFA. The civil authorities in your area have discovered a secret document with targeted states across the country. The following states are on this map: Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas, Colorado, Utah, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington. It is unknown when they will arrive in the mentioned states, but as a precautionary measure, all residents in these states are requested to remain vigilant during this invasion. If your state wasn't mentioned, your local media will give the latest information via emergency broadcasting, which will remain in effect until later this week. Stay tuned to local media outlets for more information as it becomes available.
A secret document has been found with the states that would be attacked, spreading from Louisiana to Washington. Although, this is not the only thing found by the United States military, they also found another secret document with some information that will be sent to Washington, D.C. for more research. They also found a burette filled with an unknown substance. This will be sent to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia. We now have some news coming from San Francisco, stating that a robbery has been taking place at Chase Bank near the Twitter headquarters. The San Francisco Police Department is actively searching for these suspects.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Las Vegas Police Department. At 2:14 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 armed men entered the Octapharma Plasma Blood Bank near downtown Las Vegas, and took 8 people hostage. In the process, they took over 3,000 blood samples away. It is unknown what the motive behind this hostage situation is. The 4 men were seen driving in a black Mercedes S-Class with unknown license plates. All residents near downtown Las Vegas are advised to not come near the Octapharma Plasma Blood Bank at this time. If you see the car mentioned in the getaway, call your local police department with the current location of the vehicle. Stay tuned to local media outlets for further information as it becomes available.
We are back on KPFA, and we have got some breaking news here. It looks like the Octapharma Plasma Blood Bank in Las Vegas, Nevada, has just experienced 4 men entering the facility and taking over 3,000 blood samples away. There were no injuries reported in this situation, but the men were seen driving away in a black Mercedes S-Class, but it is unknown at what location these men are driving at the moment. We will come back to you on this situation as soon as
This is an urgent message by the San Francisco Police Department. The men that robbed the Chase Bank in downtown San Francisco have been confirmed to be in cooperation with the 4 men that took the blood samples in Las Vegas. The 2 men were seen driving away in a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo that 10th with no license plates. All residents within a 5-mile radius of San Francisco are advised to report any sighting of this car or the 2 men to the local police department. Stay tuned to local media outlets for more information as it becomes available.
As you have just heard, the 2 men robbing the Chase Bank near San Francisco are seen driving away in a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo X with no license plates. The San Francisco police is actively searching for the car and the 2 men, considering there is still a possibility of the car around the city. Now that we have got this information, we from KPFA want to share the following information received by the San Francisco Police Department. The 2 men involved in a robbery inside of the city are working together with the 4 men that stole blood samples inside of Las Vegas, Nevada. Their plan is unknown. Emergency update. The black Mercedes S-Class was sighted on Interstate 15 near Mopa Town, and police is currently chasing the men. But as we look from the news chopper flying above the chase, it looks like the police is losing ground due to the high speeds of the Mercedes. This car is now going around 120 miles per hour, or 190 kilometers per hour at the current time. We will come back on this situation as soon as we have more information on this developing situation.
Susan, we have received an urgent message.
From who?
It looks like a police document in my eyes. Let's see what is inside. Wait, Susan, it's fucking fake document. Cough cough, this gas is hurting my lungs. Susan, we need to evacuate the building.
Civil danger for the San Francisco area. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the San Francisco Police Department. The San Francisco Police Department has got numerous 911 calls about a mysterious gas appearing in some buildings across the San Francisco area. The first report came in from radio station KPFA, where 3 people have been found by local fire department with the following symptoms: coughing, headaches, red skin, shortness of breath, red eyes, vomiting, and pain in the joints and muscles leading to weakness. The San Francisco Police Department is at a loss to explain this phenomena. All residents within a 20-mile radius of San Francisco should shelter in place immediately. Lock all windows and doors, and turn off all heating and ventilation systems to prevent this gas from getting inside your home. Stay tuned to local media outlets for more information as it becomes available. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the San Francisco Police Department. This is an update to the civil danger warning issued just a moment ago. The San Francisco Police Department has confirmed that this is a terrorist attack, and this should be taken seriously. Because of this, the shelter-in-place order is now being expanded to 75 miles. All residents within 75 miles of San Francisco, or receive this broadcast, are urged to shelter in place for your safety. Lock all windows and doors, and turn off all heating and ventilation systems to assure your safety during this situation. Stay tuned to local media outlets for more updates as that become available.
As you may have just heard, a terrorist attack is taking place within the city of San Francisco and surrounding areas. A shelter-in-place order is in effect for a 75-mile radius of San Francisco. Voluntary evacuations are in effect if you live within 20 miles of San Francisco. While it is not mandated to evacuate, it is recommended to do so.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the California State Emergency Management Agency, in collaboration with the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Due to multiple bioterrorist attacks within city limits, all residents within 20 miles of San Francisco are advised to evacuate the area as soon as possible. Take non-perishable food and water, medications and a battery operated by batteries. The cities of San Rafael, Richmond, Fremont and San Jose will support evacuees. Stay tuned to local media outlets for more information as it becomes available.
You are listening to KCXU, Community Connection to You. With now breaking news from San Francisco, where reports came into our radio cast about a bioterrorist attack via fake police letters. The San Jose Police Department will actively secure the area and send out an alert whenever one of these letters are found. If you find this letter, dial 911 immediately. Police officers will respond and take the letter to an undisclosed location. There have also been reports of people getting sick from the gas in these letters. Symptoms of this gas includes coughing, headaches, red skin, shortness of breath, red eyes, vomiting and pain in the joints and muscles leading to weakness. Local hospitals in San Francisco and surrounding areas have got over 200 cases with similar symptoms from this gas. We now have an urgent message from the Centers for Disease Control. Please stand by.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and the California State Emergency Management. The Centers for Disease Control have researched the gas used in bioterrorist attacks in San Francisco earlier today and found a strain of an unknown disease. It has also been confirmed that the symptoms come in stages. First stage symptoms include coughing, headaches, red skin, shortness of breath, red eyes, vomiting and pain in the joints and muscles leading to weakness. Second stage symptoms include dizziness, asthmatic reactions, blurred vision, vomiting or coughing up blood, diarrhea, and myocarditis leading to unconsciousness and coma. If you get infected with the first stage symptoms, call 911 for assistance. Stay tuned to local media for more information as it becomes available. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and the California State Emergency Management. The Centers for Disease Control have researched the gas used in bioterrorist attacks in San Francisco earlier today and found a strain of an unknown disease. It has also been confirmed that the symptoms come in stages. First stage symptoms include coughing, headaches, red skin, shortness of breath, red eyes, vomiting and pain in the joints and muscles leading to weakness. Second stage symptoms include dizziness, asthmatic reactions, blurred vision, vomiting or coughing up blood, diarrhea, and myocarditis.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. The burette with the unknown substance has been confirmed to be linked with an unknown disease. It is unknown at this time if the substance has anything to do with the virus spreading in San Francisco, but residents need to stay tuned to media outlets for more information as it becomes available.
That was a message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The burette found in Louisiana is confirmed to contain another unknown disease, but it is unknown if it has a link between the disease found in San Francisco, but this is being researched at the moment. We will come back on this situation as soon as we have more information.
Good afternoon, I am the President of the United States with an important live announcement regarding the virus in San Francisco. The burette found earlier today in Louisiana does not have a link with the virus found in San Francisco. This burette has been researched by the Centers for Disease Control, and the outcome of this substance is gruesome, to say the least. If this substance makes contact with your body, you will be transformed into one of these creatures. It is unknown at this time what will be done with this substance, but the civil authorities are working on a solution. Also, one of the same looking creatures have joined forces with the human race, and is currently working together with the United States Air Force on finding a solution to fight off the Horrorlings.
This is News Radio 1110 KFAB, Omaha's news, weather, and traffic. With now, emergency programming in effect due to the situation unfolding in the state of Kansas, where the Horrorlings have fully taken over the state and are possibly on their way to the state of Nebraska. The city of Omaha is on high alert and will take action should an invasion start.
You are listening to In the Zone, broadcasted by XL News Radio 1150 AM. With now our special guest James Westling from the Bethany Swedes wanting to tell us about a practicing game last weekend. James?
We won practicing game with our women's soccer team. We won with 4-2 from the Bethel Trashers team, and our team coach is very pleased with this win. With now having another thing to attend to, the beginning of the tennis season is on the way this weekend. Our top tenniser is currently training in the Burlington Recreational Center to give our team a head start in the competition. We wish him very good luck in the first match, coming this Saturday. Don't miss out, March 30th, 2019, at 2:30 p.m. in the Bethany College. Thank you, Joan. Back to you.
Thank you, James, for this exciting information.
The program you are currently listening to is now getting interrupted by request of the Coffee County Emergency Management. Please stand by for important information regarding the invasion of the Horrorlings.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Coffee County Emergency Management in conjunction with the Nuclear Regulatory Commission and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. The Coffee County Emergency Management is currently monitoring the Wolf Creek Nuclear Generating Station due to a possible breach of any of the reactors after the Horrorlings attacked the facility almost an hour ago. If you live in the 10-mile emergency planning zone, you are asked to shelter in place at this time. Continue to monitor local media outlets for further information.
Well, James, it looks like the Coffee County Emergency Management is monitoring the Wolf Creek Nuclear Generating Station. What is your reaction?
Wait, what the hell just happened? Is the Wolf Creek Nuclear Generating Station having a meltdown? You don't say we're in danger, do we? Well, shit. What the hell am I smelling? Is that nuclear material?
Wait, now you mention it. Let's get to the fallout shelter right now, James, there we can call FEMA.
Being News Radio 1110 AM, we have just got a message about the Wolf Creek Nuclear Generating Station near Burlington, Kansas. A side area emergency has been declared for the plant, with more information to follow by the Kansas State Emergency Management. Oh. It looks like the sirens are going off in the area. We will broadcast more information as it becomes available on.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Kansas State Emergency Management, the Nebraska State Emergency Management, the Coffee County Emergency Management, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. A nuclear power plant warning has been issued for the Wolf Creek Nuclear Generating Station due to a confirmed meltdown of reactor number 1. The plant is now currently emitting nuclear materials into the atmosphere, which are extremely dangerous for nearby residents. All residents within a 250-mile radius of the plant must seek out a fallout shelter immediately. Fallout is a byproduct of nuclear attacks or explosions. Prolonged exposure to fallout could cause certain death. Stay tuned to local media outlets for more information as it becomes available. We interrupt your programming. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast stations and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air to provide news and information to the public in assigned areas. This is KSCJAM, and we will continue to serve the Sioux Falls, Iowa area. If you are not in this local area, please tune to a station providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Sioux City area. Do not use your telephone. The telephone lines are kept open for emergency use only. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government. The Wolf Creek Nuclear Generating Station near Burlington, Kansas, has, in fact, exploded. All Horrorlings within a 10-mile radius were killed by the blast, and more are expected. All residents within a 500-mile radius of the Wolf Creek Nuclear Generating Station are advised to seek out a fallout shelter immediately. Fallout is a byproduct of nuclear explosions. Prolonged exposure to fallout could cause certain death. Due to the severity of the explosion, the following nuclear power plants will shut down for their safety: the Callaway Nuclear Generating Station near Fulton, Missouri, and the Duane Arnold Energy Center near Palo, Iowa. The emergency managements of these states will automatically shut down these plants. Stay tuned to local media outlets for more updates on this situation.
As you may have just heard, an emergency action notification has been issued due to an explosion of the Wolf Creek Nuclear Generating Station being observed. The mushroom cloud was seen as far west as Denver, Colorado, as far east as St. Louis, Missouri, as far south as Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and as far north as Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Other reports of seeing a mushroom cloud were observed by people in planes, and even one report in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. This is truly a disaster for our country, considering we also have the Horrorlings still invading our beloved country as well. The states of Kansas and Nebraska are predicted to be safe from this invasion as the Horrorlings are unable to protect themselves from the blast and the fallout. These creatures may have the capabilities to obliterate cities, but now that we have found one of their weaknesses, we must search on.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
The civil authorities have issued a civil danger warning for Providence, RI. Beginning at 5:01 p.m. and ending at 10:01 p.m. A new wave of Horrorlings is being seen crossing the border with New York. All residents are advised to seek shelter immediately and
You're listening to CJAD 800 AM. When Montreal needs an answer. When Montreal needs to talk. With now our current headlines being the national emergency being declared due to the invasion of the Horrorlings, who have taken over 50% of the United States, and are being located in the state of Rhode Island moving towards the north into Vermont, Maine, New Hampshire and Massachusetts. The Horrorlings can pose a threat to civilians if these creatures pass the Canadian border. And more sightings are yet to be received by the emergency managements of Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
You are listening to News Talk 760 AM WJR, the great voice of the Great Lakes. With now coverage on the national emergency being declared just 15 minutes ago. The Wolf Creek nuclear generating station has exploded due to a meltdown of the reactor. We also have some disturbing news to give. The weapon used to destroy New Orleans has also been used against other cities. These include Albuquerque, New Mexico, Denver, Colorado, Wichita, Kansas, Salt Lake City, Utah and Rapid City, South Dakota. It is unknown at this time if we can counterattack this. Wait a second, what the hell is this giant speaker-looking thing behind our station's headquarters?
Run for your life, James, that is one of these weapons. It is about to fire. Everyone, take shelter. Repeat, take shelter now.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is an all-clear message. All broadcast stations and cable systems shall transmit these alerts. At 7:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, an unknown individual has destroyed one of the weapons of the Horrorlings with a propane bomb, and killed all of the Horrorlings in the United States, as this explosion was powerful enough to be felt all the way to California. Also, the nuclear fallout from the Wolf Creek nuclear generating station has dissipated. You are free to leave your shelter. The United States has been saved from this apocalypse. Today is a national celebration day. This concludes all operations under the emergency alert system. Thank you for your cooperation during this event.